Hey guys, welcome to our very first video. I'm Kong from Apes. In a bit we're gonna have a look at XSPC latest case, which is the H1 Cube. This is a fully aluminum case and made specifically for holding a liquid cooling or water cooling system. There's gonna be a mini unboxing of the case and also a mini review of it. So at the end of the show we're gonna try and give our take on it, what we like and what we don't like about it. So hope you guys stay tuned. Welcome back. As you can see, we've finished building up the case. It took us about 30 minutes to do so. So I believe a single user might take about 45 to probably 50 minutes to get it done. One thing to note, the assembly manual does not come with a case, but it can be downloaded at the XSPC website. So next we're gonna have a quick spin of the case. Alright guys, I got the camera in hand right now, so what we're going to do next is have a quick spin on the case and have a quick look on the each one of the panels. Alright, but before that I would like to focus your attention on the surface of the case. As you can see, it's rather good. But I have to admit that I've seen better, but the finishing looks smooth enough for me. Alright, and another thing, I can't seem to find anything remotely out of place on the case. Everything seems to fit nicely, right? So I think that's one of the reasons that the whole assembly was so easy, on top of the fact that the manual was very straightforward and easy to understand, right? There's nothing out of place, guys. It's the machining is really good. Alright, now on to the top panel. So what we got here is a mount for 3 120 fans, the acrylic window, and on to the front we got the on and off button, 2 set of bays, 5 1/4 bays, 4 on each, and as you can see, it does not come with the bay covers. Unfortunately, you gotta purchase it separately. I don't really mind on that because most probably I will be using most of the bays, or worst case scenario I would probably need about 2 bay covers, so I just have to purchase them, and in other words, you just buy what you need. Right, that's the XSPC logo down there. Another one of those mount for 3 120s. Same goes down there on the side panel. Another window over here, and onto the side, to the back. I'm sorry. Alright, this is where your PSU goes in. Your 127 PCI expansion slot, where your I/O shield goes in. Another one of those 3 120s, and the last panel, which is pretty much basic. You don't have any windows, you can see, set for the same thing, which is the mount for the 3 120s. Alright, that's basically a simple overall look of the case. Alright, what I like about the external of the case is that this is a big plus for me, which is the mesh for the fan. It is machined onto the panels. Right, some of the case I've seen before, they have this one round gapping hole there. So with this thing, I mean, I pretty much don't need to have an additional mesh or fan covers to make my radiator or fan looks nice and neat. Alright. So the fact that the build, the machining and the finishing is rather okay, it's rather good. It's also a plus. On top of that, we got 2 acrylic window, big plus for me over there too. And right, being in a fully aluminum case, this thing is rather light, as you can see. Alright, but if you can imagine having all your PC components inside there, with all your quad SLI or whatever, all those good stuff, plus your liquid cooling gears. And if you plan to mount 5 radiators in there, this case gonna be really heavy. But it's good to note that we got these simple wheels out here. Well, it's gonna help you to move the case along, no matter how heavy it is. Alright. Okay, as mentioned, you got 5 of this, meaning to say you got 5 massive options for the 360 radiators. Right? That's pretty huge, man. Can't imagine you guys having 5 radiators in a case, but it's good to have that kind of option when you're building a super rig, right? And what I don't like about the case is these thumb screws. They are all over the place, as you can see, right? It does, however, give the case kind of industrial kind of look, right? So if you fancy an industrial look on the case which can help 5 radiators, basically this is definitely the case for you. But I can't say that I fancy the look, right? And another thing, on the side panel we got exactly 10 of those thumb screws. So taking it off, a simple task of taking off the side panel will require you to take off all 10 of this. Pretty much of a hassle, I think. Alright, simple task, make difficult by these thumb screws. So aside from that, I can't seem to find anything wrong with the case. Yeah, I mean, like if you are going for a really huge build, it doesn't really hurt to have 5 options for your radiators, don't you think? So the build is pretty much solid, right? So next I'm gonna take 10 of this off, and I'm gonna take off the side panel and show you guys the inside of the case, right? How it looks like and all. As a sneak peek of the inside. Alright then. Okay, we got the side panel off of the case, and we are looking in the inside of the case. As you can see here, it's pretty simple, nothing fancy in there. As you can see, it's kind of like wide open spaces in there, so pretty much basic stuff. So you got the drive cage down there underneath the mobile tray, and if you can see down here, I don't know whether you can see it or not, then there is a dampener, vibration dampener under the mobile tray. Alright, so spacing in the case is really luxurious. I mean you can do a lot of stuff in here, I guess. So no matter who you are, I think cable management or tube management should not be any problem, unless you are thinking of going with the 5 rad configuration with the tubes and also the cable for the fans, right? But point to note is that if you are thinking of having 2 radiators on each side, right, try to make sure that one of the side panels is free of the radiator. As you can imagine, I mean, like taking off the side panel with radiator stuck to it with the tubes and also the fan cables, it's going to be a rather messy affair. So what XSPC have provided us are these mounting holes, as you can see down there, right? Instead of sticking up your radiator, mounting your radiator on the side panel, you can use this hole and purchase this radiator stand, right? It comes in pair. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with a case. You gotta purchase it separately. So it comes in a nifty little package, as you can see there. XSPC radiator bracket 140. So for the sake of simulation, we're gonna use a 140 stand. So if you use this stand, you can even go with a 140 radiator instead of a 120 size radiator. So what you do is you gotta put one stand over here and the other on the other end. Alright, like so, and mount your radiator there, and the amount of spacing available in there, so I reckon that you can even slot in a bigger radiator, probably a 480 or slightly bigger. So for the sake of testing, we're gonna use a 480 radiator instead of a 360 radiator to show you guys how to use the stand. Alright, so what we got here is a 480 radiator from HW Lab, which is the SR1 series. So as you can see, this is a 120 size, right? So if I were to go with the 140, it can fit easily, right? So just position the stand nicely, right? Before you screw it down, right? So probably definitely gonna look like this. So this case is big enough to hold even a 480 instead of a 360 if you're using the stands and not mounting on the side panel. That's a big plus there, right? And spacing for the airflow is kind of good, right? So I really like the inside of the case. It's pretty simple and decent. A lot of room for cable and tube management. Option for mounting a bigger radiator in there, right? You don't have to go with all 360. The spacing between the top panel and the mobile tray, there's a big gap there, right? Yeah, the base is not toolless design, you see? So it's like your old school kind of mounting thingy over there, and unfortunately the motherboard tray is not removable. Alright, so basically that's a quick look at XSPC H1 case. Tell us what you think about it, and give comments or subscribe or whatever, man. And next we'll be looking at the H2 tower case from XSPC. That's it, guys.